Hey guys, welcome back. I'm doing a book haul with some oldies and some goodies. Let's get into it.
Thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel and making it the best it can be.
Well guys, welcome back. It's Dan here with TreeBeard Book Reviews. I have a fun book haul today. This is some really cool books I got in this book haul. I think some of you are going to be really surprised at some of the books I found. I just want to say thank you to anyone who's new here. Thank you for watching my video and liking the channel. And, if you're interested in subscribing, there is a subscribe button. You can hit that bell notification. I do have a Patreon if you are interested in becoming a patron. But let's kind of get into the book haul. So I got I got a mixture here. A lot of older books, a lot of books that are kind of considered classics or from classical authors, and a lot of actually book club editions, a Folio Society book, and all these books I found thrifting. So let's get into the first set of books. So the first book is from one of my favorite authors of all time, J.R.R. Tolkien. And this obviously, I think this was published by his son. And that is The Children of Hurin. I've never read it. I've always wanted to get a copy. I just haven't found one until now. So I have got The Children of Hurin. It's a beautiful copy. I heard this one's a bit sad. So, The Lord of the Rings it can be a little sad too. But yeah, I heard this is a heck of a tale. One of my favorite booktubers that I watch, like Liam's Lyceum, he did a really good review of that. Check out the review. I'll put a link down below to his channel. So, Children of Hurin. Moving along, another J.R. Tolkien book. I don't know why I picked this up. I actually had this a while ago. It's Lost Tales. I think this is part 2. I got it for like $1. So I was like, oh, I don't think I have it. So it's one of those like that's on the long TBR where I'll eventually get around to it. I did originally have this edition of the Lost Tales, and I just never planned to read it. It was a long time. I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to get to this. And so I actually gave it to my local, used bookstore thinking, oh, I'll get a few bucks for it. And I got like $5 for it. And then I come back the next day and he's selling it for $50. Or $100. I was so mad. I was like, bro, what are you doing to me? Yeah, so I'm eventually just replacing that. I got to find part 1 at some point, but that still rubbed me the wrong way where I'm like, I gave this to you and you gave me $5. But yeah, I'm not going to go on about it. But I haven't been back in a while, let's say that. So this next book, it's a book I've read, and I read it in university. It's a very contentious book, kind of, for certain people it's very contentious. It's just a book, but others, obviously, it can be, it's quite, not political, but it is, it has problems for some readers, or people who haven't, not necessarily, they probably haven't read it, but they just see it as problematic. And that is The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. Yeah, it's an interesting read for sure. I lost my copy years ago when I moved to England. I unhauled almost all my books. I think I maybe kept like 10 books when I moved to England. So since I moved back from England, I've been recollecting my collection, and this is one of those books, The Satanic Verses. I think this is a first edition. It's old. It's an old copy. So yeah, I saw it at a thrift store. I was like, I better get this before someone like goes and throws it in the bin, because it's an interesting read. I would maybe recommend anyone read it, but be expected for some backlash if you go and talk about it. So yeah, that is The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. All right, so moving on, I found this really cool like sprayed edge copy of Sherlock Holmes, the Arthur Conan Doyle collection. I believe this is it's the Great Cases of Sherlock Holmes. I saw this and like it's beautiful on the inside. Let's cover my face here. It's prettier than I am. And I saw this. I'm like, oh, this would be cool just to have to for when my kids are a little bit older. And it's not like some of the main tales. It's like some of the the other adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So I really just thought it was like a really beautiful edition of it. It's like it's almost like this faux leather, but it was just really, really nice. And yeah, so I picked it up. And it's Sherlock Holmes is like, it's a classic. You can't go wrong with Sherlock Holmes. And I'm looking forward to eventually reading some of those stories to my kids when they're a little bit older. All right. So the next one, it's a Reader's Digest copy I found. I think I found 2 Reader's Digest copies. Yes, I did. So this one's really fun, and that is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I actually haven't read Moby Dick. It's just not something that's like super interesting to me, because it's a big book about a guy chasing a whale, or it's allegorical for something. I don't know. I haven't done my research on it, but I just thought it was really cool. It was this nice Reader's Digest. Like I said, these are older books. They're classics that I would like to read eventually. And there are some other classics on my list that I probably would read in front of this. But I thought it was really nice. And, you know, I don't know if Moby Dick is part of the curriculum anymore. But it's always there if my children ever want to read it too and, you know, get immersed in the classics. So the next one's another Reader's Digest book. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I, again, haven't read any of these, but it's Tales from Arabian Night. And this is like the story of like Aladdin and like Alibaba and like Sinbad and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it just looked absolutely gorgeous. These are in just these, both of these Reader's Digest copies were in just fantastic condition. So that's why I picked them up. Got them at like a Value Village for like $2.99 each. I was like, I can't go wrong. Just because they're really cool. They probably won't make it on the shelf until I've either read and decided I like them. My children do have like their own bookshelves that I have stories that I want, like, will be reading to them. So yeah, I'll be putting that on the list to read, because they, you know, they've watched Aladdin and I think they've seen something with Sinbad. So we'll see if they enjoy it. All right, so this one was an amazing find. I found this at a thrift store, and I got it for dirt cheap. And it's actually a Folio Society copy of The World of Odysseus. As you guys know, my training is as a classical historian. I did my background in ancient Greek and Roman civilization, and I studied a lot of Latin. This is just really cool. Odysseus is one of my favorite characters in, I guess, myth and antiquity. So I love the Odyssey. It's one of my, I guess, one of my favorite myths. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's it's definitely a cautionary tale for sure. But I thought this was really cool. I don't really know like super well the contents that are in the book, but I know I will love it because it's Odysseus. And there's also, they got like a lot of you know, like red line pottery here and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just probably gonna be about, you know, the Iliad and the Odyssey, and talking about the heroes and tales of Odysseus. But yeah, Folio Society edition. I got it for $10, $10. And as you see, it's there, it says Folio. So yeah, great find. And I'll probably will read it eventually. It doesn't seem like, you know, one of those, I'm just going to pull this out for a light, fun read. It's like, no, this is like a, kind of like a history book. No, it's not a history book. It's a tale of myth, and it's an exploration of probably of myth of Odysseus. So yeah, that's it. These are all these book club editions I found. Some of them are really cool, and some of them are books I haven't read, and some books that I'm looking forward to reading eventually. And one is just more of like a keepsake, and I'm going to leave that one for last because it's cool. It's really cool. So let's start with these Anne McCaffrey books. I got these book club editions of, so this is like I think it's the Harpist of Pern, or the Harper Hall of Pern. And it contains a few books. So it's like Dragon Song, Dragon Singer, and it's like I think it's like, what was the last one? Dragon Drums. So it's 3 books in one. I believe a lot of them are 3 books in one. So I just thought the cover was really cool. It's this book, you know, this book club edition by Nelson Doubleday. I really like it. It's already got the wrapping on it, and I couldn't leave it. I saw it at this, I think it was like an antique store I found these at. And I got a bin of books. I got like all these books. I had a tray. It was like a milk crate. And I'm like, $5. I'm like, yes, thank you. It's because clearly the person running the antique store didn't know the type of books they had. So that's the first one. That is the Harper Hall of Pern. So with 3 books there. All right, the next one is I think it's Moretta. This is a standalone book. This is really cool. I've not read this one. It's the Moretta Dragon Lady of Pern. I have to go back and reread Pern, because I've only read the first 3 like Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, and White Dragon. And it's been years since I've read those. And like Pern's one of those funny series where it's fantasy, but it quickly becomes sci-fi, and it's really like in White Dragon where you see like the sci-fi, like this is sci-fi. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into Pern. I don't know when I'm going to get back into Pern. I'd love to read it again, and I'd like to read it like with the Vlad Taltos books that I got from Ralph in my massive book haul. So yeah, the Moretta of Pern by Anne McCaffrey, Dragon Lady of Pern. So this one is super cool. I'm going to show the cover here. Is the Dragon Riders of Pern by Anne McCaffrey book club edition. This is all three, as I mentioned, where it is, you know, Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, the White Dragon. It's a super beautiful edition. As you see here, I got the, see the books. Fantastic find. I just absolutely love it. I love this artwork. And you know, you can see this, like, I believe this copy was from like 1980s, I believe. Absolutely love the artwork. It's one of the reasons why I picked it up and I saw it. I was like, eee! I was giddy because I was like, this is so cool. And Pern's like one of my favorite series. And just to find, you know, like this, the Harper Halls of Pern, and then like Moretta, I was like, you're coming home with me. So these are all in the milk crate. So then the next one, these last two by the same author, and that is The God Emperor of Dune by Frank Herbert. So this is again a book club edition, really cool copy. It's a big, like, I guess that's the God Emperor. He looks like a turd in this one, to be honest. It's not a good look. If I look like that, I mean, I could still look like that in a few years. But I thought this was really cool. I'm not sure how much it's worth. I don't really care how much it's worth, but I just thought it was a really cool find. Book club edition of God Emperor Dune. It's in absolutely immaculate condition. I need to put a cover on it, so that is something I'll be doing in the future. And so the next one I found is Dune. This is the original cover for Dune. I believe this has like marks in the back of the book that kind of correlate to when it was released. And I believe this is like a 1982 edition of Dune. So not an original first edition, first printing, but it's got this really cool, you know, that's the thing with these book club editions, is they can be really cool. They can be collectible. But I absolutely love the cover. It's the old Dune. It's got the map here on the back of Arrakis. I just thought it was great. And this is another one I need to get a protective sleeve on because it is precious and it's something I'm going to be keeping, obviously, for the rest of my life because it is gorgeous. And Dune is one of my favorite books of all time. So, anyways, guys, this is the book haul. Some really cool books. As I said, oldies but goldies. A lot of cool finds. Super happy. Got, again, lucky. I think for all these books, I don't think I spent more than like 40 bucks. The most expensive one being, you know, the Odysseus book, the Folio Society, which as it should be. But yeah, like the milk crate, the milk crate score was the best score I got. So that's it, guys. That's another book haul. Again, if you like the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.